So for this video, we are on page 3 of our Unit 7 packet. You will be watching this through Ed Puzzle. I'll be going through the work, asking questions, and then you have to answer those questions in Ed Puzzle. This counts as an assignment grade, so make sure you're paying attention and doing your best. So exercise number 3 says, given the following function, f of x, do the following transformations. So we're doing multiple transformations. Now, remember a of x, that just is our name. We have a 2. You're looking at the numbers. We have a plus 2 inside the parentheses. Because it's inside the parentheses, that means we're changing the x. X is the naughty letter. So it means do the opposite. So remember, the x-axis is the horizontal. So instead of moving to the right 2, we're going to move left. And when you say what you're doing, you have to say up, down, right, left, and how many spaces. So move left 2 spaces. Then we have this plus 3 hanging out here. That is not inside the parentheses. So for that one, you're changing the y, which means you're going up and down. Y is the well-behaved letter, so you just do what it says. Up 3. So now I'm just going to make little dots on my graph so you can follow along. I'm starting on this one, so I'm going to go left 2 and then up 3. Left 1, 2, up 1, 2, 3. There's my dot. Let me, I don't want there to be too many dots. So now I'm up on this one. I'm going to go left 2, 1, 2, up 1, 2, 3. If you want to connect as you go, that's fine. And now I'm on 2, 2. Left 1, 2, up 1, 2, 3. I'm going to clean up my page a little bit. And you guys should be ready to do one on your own in a sec for the next problem. So connect that. And now this last one, 4, negative 2. I'm going to go left 2 and then up 1, 2, 3. And there is my transformation. Now let's go on to number 2. I'm going to get you started and then you guys are going to answer some questions. Our problem is graph b of x equals f of x minus 2 minus 3. So your first question, what does that x minus 2 in parentheses do to the graph? Answer it now. It moves the graph, its opposite, remember, right 2 spaces. Now, we've got this minus 3 on the outside of the parentheses. What does that do to the graph? Moves down 3 spaces. So now we're going to take each point and we're going to move right 2 and down 3. And I always work left to right. So I'm going to go right 2 and down 1, 2, 3. Right 2. I'm on 2, 2 now. Right 2, down 1, 2, 3. And my last one, right 2, down 1, 2, 3. And there it is. Guys, we only have one more on here because I don't like this one. I know you're sad. We're going to skip that one. Now, last one. This one's really tricky. Let's see what you guys can do. We've got a 1/2 in front. It's not in the parentheses. So we are not changing the x. What are we doing with that? So for this one, we're multiplying the y value by 2. Then what are we doing with this plus 1 on the outside? Remember, it's not in the parentheses. We are moving all of our graphs up 1. So this is tricky now. we're doing two different things. If you're just moving up, down, left, right, I don't think it's that tricky to do, but this can get a little bit tricky, I think. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to write this point over here, -3, 1. So now the first thing we said we would do is multiply our point, our y value, by a half. So if I multiply this by a half, I end up with -3, -1/2, -0.5. Then we're going to move up 1. So if you put that in your calculator, you end up with -3, -5 plus 1 is a positive 0.5. So our transformed point becomes -3/2. Okay, so now, find my eraser. We're going to do the same thing with the next problem, or the next point, my bad. We're going to take -2, or -1, 2. Now take a second, multiply the y by a half, and then add 1 to it. And then tell me what your transformed point is. When you multiply y by a half, 2 times 1/2, you get 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. It actually doesn't move. Wow. Given the rule, it doesn't change. Okay, next point. We have the point 2, 2. So we cut the y in half and you get a 1. Add 1 to it and you end up with the same point. Well, that's not very exciting. So now I'm not doing a very good job drawing this picture. Last section. We got 4, -2. So 4, -2. Cut the y in half and you get -1. Now add 1 to it and you have a 0. So our last point is 4, 0. At least that one changed. And there you go. Make sure you watch this video to the end so you get full credit for it. And I'll meet you back here in a little